The Point. 98.7 CKPM FM.
98.7 The Point. Cutting Crew. Sorry, no, that's Imagine Dragons Believer. Cutting Crew before that. I Just Died in Your Arms, the 80s at 8. It is a Tuesday morning. We do this on the first Tuesday of every month. Eric Kalnins comes in, the tourism manager for the city of Coquitlam. He's going to talk about a bunch of events, but before we do this, I want to touch on this. This is very cool. The city of Coquitlam, a chance to showcase us to the world, Communities in Bloom.
Communities in Bloom is fantastic. We've competed. This is our third year in a row we've competed in this contest, and the first one was a provincial, and we basically won that and ran away with it. The last year was the national, and we took one of the top prizes, and now we're going big time. We're going for the home run for the World Championship.
Yeah, and I mean, there's this town in Belgium. I think it's called Brugge or Brugge in Belgium.
Yeah,
Holland, Missouri, and Wood Buffalo, Alberta. Well, Wood Buffalo, Alberta is in I believe, the northeast section of the province, and their growing season isn't that long, so it'll be interesting to see what they come up with compared to what we do down here.
Well, we looked it up, Rod and I'm kind of pointing at things. You can't see me, obviously, but we were trying to figure out where Wood Buffalo is. He's been there. I've never been close to there. But I think given that, I don't want to jinx, but we got a pretty beautiful city going on here.
We do, and there's a big thing here. The email I got had, protect our pollinators. So now I can see the PSA we've got. We're going to dress Mayor Richard Stewart in a pair of little bee wings, and he's going to go out and do all the pollinating this spring.
Notice I'm quiet.
Eric, tell us about the tourism. I mean, we've got the tourism guide. Is there still some copies left out there?
Absolutely. We actually, I did that kind of my monthly update and just see where we're at. So we've distributed about 22,000 of them. So I have about 12,000 left to get me through the summer and into the fall, but they've been going very, very fast.
It's just great. It gives you a whole bunch of ideas. Whether you're new to town, whether you live here, or whether you're just visiting, you grab one of these things. It'll help you out.
Well, that's what it is, Rod. We wanted to design this guide to dig a little deeper into some of the stories, and it could be on mountain biking. We wanted to engage some of the local businesses as well. So with mountain biking, we went to Kinetic Cycles, and they're the experts, and they're up on Clark Road near Como Lake. Fantastic bike shop. But dig a little, what does it take to get started? What do you need to know? What do you need to buy? For fishing, we went to Sea Run Tackle up in Austin Heights, a great tackle shop. And again, guys, let's get them engaged. They're the experts instead of it hearing it from me, because of course I'm going to say everything's great. I'm the tourism manager. So let's hear it from someone else, right?
Yeah, and then you talked about fishing because you guys have stocked the lakes with fish.
Yeah, so this last few weeks ago, Como Lake and Lafarge Lake were stocked with 1,000 rainbow trout each. That's a lot of fish in a little lake.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting, and I'm thinking back to Lafarge. I used to be one of the announcers for the Westwood racetrack.
Oh, yes.
There, and how that area has changed now and everything else. I mean, right where Lafarge Lake is, that used to be the cement plant, and a little farther up was the racetrack. But just, it's so beautiful what they've done to the old Lafarge plant.
Oh, it's funny. I was thinking this morning, Rod, my dad used to take me out to Westwood racetrack, so I probably heard you announcing. And I used to ride a dirt bike up in that area, which is now Westwood Plateau. Can you imagine doing that now? And then Lafarge Lake, same thing. We used to go out there, and I'd learn how to ride a little dirt bike and fish a little bit, and it was a gravel pit, and guys riding their dirt bikes, crisscrossing. Could you imagine that now, the liability? Whoa, hang on.
Yeah, because I grew up in that era when everything was changing, when we were actually allowed to start. I mean, it was just, as I was allowed to start riding my dirt bike, then they said, no, you can't do it anymore.
Yep.
And I was like, oh. So now trying to find a place to do that is rather tough. But there's a place out on Highway 1, I believe.
Yes, there is. There is.
Okay,
so we switched to mountain bikes.
Yeah, but we switched to mountain bikes here because we are talking about Coquitlam and the surrounding area. So, of course, the Go Fishing Coquitlam, you stock the lakes. What else is happening?
Well, so we have this, the lakes are stocked. So, it's easy to get set up. It actually doesn't cost a whole lot of money to get set up. And, I was lucky growing up. My dad took me fishing all the time. So it's just something that I have ingrained in my memory. I don't get out as much anymore, but it's really easy in Coquitlam here to go fishing and actually catch something. And whether you decide to keep it or release it, I'm kind of a catch and release guy now, but...
That's like me with my ex-wife.
Oh. Okay. Moving on, Rod. Come on. Como Lake Fishing Derby coming up May 28th. This is a free family event. They'll help you out there. The guys are great here. The volunteers are fantastic. Grab a fishing rod. It's easy to get one down at Canadian Tire, Sea Run Tackle up on Austin. Perfect place to go in. Ask them for some advice.
One of the best fishing rods I ever got was in the Army and Navy in New West. My uncle took me there. It was a little bamboo fishing rod. And that's all it was. And I had a string on the end of it. We went and caught bullheads all the time and did it for days on end.
Yep, it's all you need. You get a fishing license as well. If you're 16 or over, you need a license. A day license is $10. If you want an annual license, you can go all year. $36. That's not bad. And it's a lot of that money goes back into keeping our fisheries healthy and intact. So you're doing a good thing, and you're getting to go out with your family fishing.
Excellent. And there's a bunch of other stuff happening.
There's
this
a lot
weekend.
of other stuff.
Yeah, Wheel to Heel on Saturday.
Wheel to Heel on Saturday. I always thought June going into July was super busy, and it is with the Highland Games and Daisy Day and all this stuff. But we laid out what's going on in May this year, and it's amazing. Wheel to Heel. This Sunday, we have salmon leave home at the Hoy Creek Fish Hatchery, just right by City Hall. Let the fish go into the river, and then they come back in the fall. It's pretty cool. The Coquitlam Farmers Market, it's spring. The Farmers Market's going to be open this Sunday for their summer into fall run. If you're into bird watching or if you've never tried it, International Migratory Bird Day is May 13th.
So where do we go to watch the birds here? Because I know in Poco and here in Port Moody, you've got like the little bit of a waterfront. We've got the waterfront down in Coquitlam by the Fraser River. But where do we watch the migratory birds?
What a great spot is Colony Farm. So this is where, Colony Farm Regional Park. It's known. And in writing the travel guide, I learned a lot about bird watching and birding, and it has a massive following. And Colony Farm Regional Park is recognized as one of the best places because it has mixed. It has the slough water, it has the brushes, it has trees. So you get a real mix of different birds of prey to ducks, to waterfowl, to herons. It's an amazing place to go. Then we get into Victoria Day long weekend. Grab a travel guide, find something to do, try something new, get out and explore the city. New to the city at the end of May is the Fraser Valley Food Truck Festival is coming.
And we're closing a street down for it.
We're closing a street down. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. Right by City Hall at Spirit Square. Lots of places to sit. Lots of tree cover. It's a beautiful spot. The flowers are blooming. I go there every day, obviously, to work. And our parks team has done a fantastic job every year of dressing that area up. So it's going to be a great event.
And it reminds me a lot of a big plaza because it's so nice to have that. Now that the weather's getting nicer, all the office workers can go, whether you're working on High Street or working in City Hall with you. There's a big little area where you can sit down and have your lunch.
It's really neat. Yeah.
And that's where the Food Truck Fest is going to be.
And that's where the Food Truck Fest is going to be. It's May 27th. Right after that, or same day, down at Place Maillard, down in Maillardville, is Family Fun Day. Bob's and Lolo, there's crafts, tumble bus, face painting, and a fire truck. Always cool for kids.
Yes, fire trucks.
Yes. May 27th, May 27th is actually a busy day. We have Festival of Music in the Park, and that's at Town Center Park Plaza, the new Park Plaza in Town Center. We'll come alive with music. There's choir groups, musical performances, all sorts of people, talented musicians from School District 43. From 10 to 3.
So I'm not supposed to call it an amphitheater. It's a plaza, but that's that new little area you guys opened up last for Canada Day last year. Yeah, kind of on the east side of Lafarge Lake. Yep. So you can bring your fishing rod, listen to some music, hang out, go to pollinate some flowers and
get some flowers going. Absolutely. And then we get into the next day, May 28th. There's a de Beauville Slow Nature Walk. So again, getting back to nature, learn a little bit more, get the volunteers to show you what's so close to where we live, but a lot of people don't know about it.
Well, I'm just going to look to see where de Beauville Slough is.
It's kind of east Coquitlam, off of Victoria Drive there.
Okay.
I went biking there a few months ago, and it's a great flat gravel path for biking or running or walking.
Nice. That's good to know. We have that. See, I'm learning more about Coquitlam every day.
See, there you go. There you go. And we live here, right? We sometimes take it for granted because we come and go and we're busy and we just assume we have to leave our community to have something to do, but we don't.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is now. I've been down there so many times I didn't know it was de Beauville Slough until now.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's right down by the Travelay Trail and Cedar Drive.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And then end of the month, MEC brings their Vancouver Century Ride. I should call it the Coquitlam Century Ride. This is a road ride, 100K, 50 or 100K options for people who road bike. And I've been there last year. I saw the start of the event. A lot of energy. MEC does things right. It starts and ends at Pine Tree Community Center, just off of Pine Tree there. across from Town Center Park.
That's great. It's funny. My kid and I were driving down Guilford in Coquitlam the other day, and he sees a guy in the tight pants and the little clips on his shoes. He said, Dad, that guy's got cleats on his shoes. That's so cool. I says, well, do you want some? He says, yeah, but I'm never, ever going to wear those tight clothes. They look too silly.
Well, see, that's why I'm a mountain biker.
Yeah.
I wear the cleats.
Yes.
Clipless, we call them. But I don't wear the tight clothes. I'm more of the loose, baggy mountain bike. My friends would not let me ride with them. Like, no, Eric, you gotta get some. Go to Kinetic and get some proper mountain bike clothes.
Yeah. So that's all of May. But then I'm so excited about June because Andre DeGrasse coming to town.
Andre DeGrasse. I mean, this guy is amazing. I still want to somehow race him up the crunch, but I don't think that's going to happen. Probably something about liability or whatever it is with that guy. But again, I can't stress enough. This is one of the fastest men in the world running in front of maybe 3,000 people. I mean, there's not that many seats at the Harry Jerome Track Classic at Percy Perry Stadium on one of the fastest tracks in North America. I'm not just saying that because I work here. It recognized as one of the fastest, and that's why he wants to run it. He wants to go sub 10 for the fans who are coming out to see him.
I absolutely love that track. I mean, it's just the rubber compound, whatever they use, is just so easy on your feet and so nice
easy
to run.
On your feet. I was talking to the track coach at the Cheetahs, and he said this is the same track that was at the Beijing Olympics. So this is as good as it gets. The city invested a lot in it, and it's great to see it attracting events such as this.
And it's a happening place. I mean, Lafarge Lake and the Town Center Park, just so much there, from people practicing their tennis in the outdoor courts to the scooter festival that happened last weekend to the outdoor volleyball to the not amphitheater but plaza. I mean, it's a great little area.
Well, I was there this past weekend a couple times. I went on Sunday to see the scooter fest. It was supposed to be on Saturday. They had to bump it to Sunday to get the weather. And the park was packed. You're right. You had the scooter fest pumping out the music and these guys doing back flips and front flips. You had lacrosse going on. You had baseball going on. You had people fishing, running, walking, picnicking. I love that park. It's just a place if you want to go people watch. You go fish on the weekend. During the weekdays, I go there sometimes in the morning, go for a walk or a run. There's guys fishing right in 6 a.m, hammering away at it. So it's a fantastic place. And then you can go play ping pong, foosball.
Yes.
There's people doing Tai Chi. It's just such an energetic park.
Yeah, it is. And it's so good that the city's invested into something like this to make us, because we are on the West Coast and we are outdoor people.
Outdoor people, 100%.
Eric Kalnins is here, the City of Coquitlam tourism manager. You'll be back again next May, June, right?
June.
So June, the first Tuesday
wait till
in
June. I mean, June is action-packed with events as well, Rod.
Excellent. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Rod.